Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 24 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Minecraft 1.21, where today the plan is we're going to do more upgrades in our basement. So two things I want to do. One, I'd like to improve this system. So a couple things I did do between episodes. If we looked at iron, for example, I made it so that I could easily just toss a couple iron in here, and it would go ahead and place. And then it would break, and then it would magnet up into the drawers here. So I set up a nice drawer. Just so happens that I have 4 resources in Just Dire Things, so this 2x2 drawer works perfectly for that. And as you can see, I went and put my Celesta gems in there, but what's going to happen is the goo will consume the iron blocks, and now we've got a sort of automated way of producing the dire goo resources, ferrocore and blaze gold and all that stuff. Now, obviously, I still need to go upstairs and smelt it. Ain't no big deal, though. I can do that. Not a problem. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So, that's something that I did between episodes. Now, I want to improve this system in 2 ways. One, I want to automate this whole fuel setup using the advanced machines like I did previously. 2, I want to make sure that we can do that, because our problem right now is we're converting all of our fuel into its max tier, which is the 3rd tier. But you'll notice I don't have any more tier 2 coal. I don't have any of this coal, so I can't add it to the dropper as needed. So we're going to need to make sure that we convert some coal to tier 3, but not all of it. We want to keep a little in reserve. And for that, we're going to use another mod of mine, LaserIO. I know I said I'd be doing stuff with LaserIO sometimes, but not always. And I think this falls into the category of one of the few things that's easy to do in LaserIO that's not easy to do in most other mods. And that is only extract from an inventory if you have more than a certain amount in it. So we're going to check out LaserIO today, how the mod works, and how we can use it for this. In addition, we're going to want to automate fluids, and LaserIO does that too. So I think this is a good use case for LaserIO because we have fluids and a couple other things to deal with. So before we get too deep into LaserIO, we should know the basics. And the basics are you need a logic chip. This is the foundational starting point of all things LaserIO. And I'm going to get a half a stack of those and go smelt them up. Easy peasy, bing bang boom. Cool? So now that we have that, we can use that to make a bunch of things. First and foremost, a wrench, because, every good tech mod needs a wrench. In addition, we're going to need laser connectors, and we're going to need laser nodes, okay? Laser nodes do require, by the way, some stained glass, or some, not stained glass, but glass panes. So I'll get a few of those, and then we can laser node it up. And I'll just convert all of those connectors to nodes. So nodes can interact with inventories. So it can interact with chests and machines and all this other stuff to transfer items, fluids, energy, and redstone. And in the latest version of Minecraft, you can access chemicals from Mechanism using LaserIO, in case anybody didn't know that yet. The connectors are a way to connect nodes to each other. They are an optional component, but nodes can connect directly to each other, but they have a range of 8 blocks. So you can use connectors to go beyond that range, and we'll see how that works in a bit. But the basic gist here is that the laser node is how we're going to interact with inventories. That said, in order to interact with inventories, we're going to need a couple cool things. First off, we're going to need item cards. Item cards allow you to transfer items between inventories. In addition, we're probably going to need a few fluid cards. Which ain't, too big a deal. They're going to need some buckets, though. Might as well snag a few energy cards while I'm in here, and maybe even a couple of redstone cards, too, just to have it. Now, you'll notice these cards do not stack, and your inventory gets very full very quickly, so luckily, Dire created this thing called a card holder that will hold cards for you. And you can open up the UI, and you can shift-click stuff in there as you see fit. Or you can shift-click it, and what will happen is any cards in your inventory will automatically be sucked right into the card holder. So whenever you make them, you're good to go. In addition, in the latest versions, things like filters, which are going to be useful for us, so we're going to get a couple of them. We're going to want a couple of filters. They'll go into the card holder as well. and I like to put them in like a slightly different spot. And let's see, what else do we got here? Counting filters, we're definitely going to want that. Let me get a couple of them. What I'll do is snag 2 of these. Must be raining outside. I can't tell because I've got a rain shield, but that Enderman gave me the implication that it's raining out. There's other kinds of filters that we'll check out as we go through the series, and we might want a couple overclockers too while we're taking a look at a few things. And they'll also make their way into the card holder now. Which is cool, okay? So those are the basic components of LaserIO. I should note that there is the advanced laser connector, which works cross-dimensionally. So if you want to go across dimensions, you can do that. And we will probably be doing something with that at some point in the series. But for today, we don't need to worry too much about cross-dimensional connections. Cool? It's basically an infinite range, so you don't have to go. You can use it to go really long distances between 2 remote buildings, or you can use it for all kinds of cool stuff. So what I want to do now is use the laser node and replace this setup. As much as I love Modern Dynamics and absolutely plan to use it more going forward, because of a specific need that I have right now, I'm going to swap it out and instead use LaserIO. Cool? So that's the plan for now. So for this, we're going to need to interact with a couple things, right? And I'm going to take out this chorus root, and I'm going to put you there, and we're going to have you there, and then we can stick this guy here. Now, these 3 nodes are all independent of each other, and they won't be able to talk to each other unless you use the laser wrench to connect them. Shift right-click on a node to highlight it, and then right-click on another node, and it'll draw a laser to that node, letting you know that they are now connected. And this whole laser system now makes a nice little network. Okay, so all 3 lasers are connected to each other, and now they can interact with blocks and act basically like pipes, but the lasers are the pipes. So instead of the items flowing through the pipes, the items flow through the lasers, and they go very quickly because lasers are fast. So fast you can't even see it. So now to interact with these blocks here, we're going to want to do a couple things. So first, we open up the laser interface and we'll see all the different sides of the block. So above the laser node is the simple clicker. Down and north there's nothing. To the south side there are cobblestone bricks, and to the west side there is stone. So we can determine which side of the block we want to interact with. I want to interact with the up side of the block, and I'm going to go ahead and put an item card in there. And what that does is it adds this nice little green laser saying, hey, I'm connected to this block, and because it's green, we know it's an item card. When we put blue or yellow cards, which are energy and fluid, you'll see that it adds them only if the machine can accept fluids or energy. Since this one can't, it's not drawing the laser, and that's a nice way for you to know, hey, I put something in there that doesn't work. So the item card at this current stage is set to insert items, which means it'll put stuff in there. But it'll put anything in there, and that's not exactly what we want to do. So instead I'm going to filter this with a filter card, and I'm going to tell it what items are allowed to go in there. And in this case, it's going to be chorus root. Cool. That's easy peasy. That's it. All there is to it. Okay. Now, if we go over here to this guy, we want to interact with the storage controller, and we're going to, instead of inserting items, we're going to extract items. Okay. And we're going to extract 8 items per second. And if we come over here, you'll see that kind of working. If we look at our simple clicker here, we'll see on the up, it's set to insert chorus root. You have chorus root in your inventory? You may not, and that might be my problem. Yep, there's your problem. There ain't no chorus root in there. So if we add some, and we go back down and look, you'll notice, see those little particle effects? Those are my chorus root flowing in. So they get extracted out of the drawer system, and they get inserted into the machine. Pretty cool. Now we'll come over here, and we'll specify that this dude is also going to insert some things. But we want to make sure to filter it. So now, when we put our insert card in there, it's going to start inserting right away. So what we should probably do is go over to this dude and take that extract card out for a sec, so that it's not inserting just yet, so that I can come over here and specify my filter. Okay. Now this dude, I think we're going to do on a different channel. So LaserIO supports multiple channels. So by default, you're on the white channel. So when we do this, let's see, put this on the east side. You'll notice that it has this nice little white color to it. Let's change that color on the E side to be orange. Okay, and that looks good. Cool. So now instead of filtering on insert, we're going to filter on extract. And we're going to say what's allowed to be extracted on channel 1. And that's going to happen over here. So on the up face, right, if I go ahead and put this item card in here, you'll notice the extract is happening on channel 1, or channel 0, the white channel, and the insert's happening on channel 1, the orange channel, and that's why chorus is not landing in here at the moment. Because we're only allowed to extract this dude on channel 0. This guy's inserting on channel 0, so we're good, right? It moves chorus through that channel. So now on the up face, we want to go ahead and specify a nice extraction, but we want to filter with a counting filter what's allowed to be extracted here. Okay, so the counting filter allows you to specify how many items are allowed to, if you're putting it on the insert side, it caps out how much is allowed in there. So like if you set it to example 6 baked potato, if it's inserting, it'll only insert 6. It won't insert any more than 6. When you're extracting though, what it does is it will extract anything beyond the number you put in there. So for example, if I put 6 baked potato in here, okay, and we specify, and we had like 12 in the chest or the source, it would remove up to 6. So what I want to do is make sure that my coal blocks that I'm keeping over here are kept in stock and not transferred over. So let's say we want to keep, and because we're extracting coal blocks, remember we're going to have to like multiply by 9 or divide by 9, depending on how you want to do it, right? So if we look at just dire things, okay, what we can say here is we've got the primal coal block and then we've got the blaze ember block. Let's say we want to keep 4 blaze ember blocks in this inventory at all times. And what that'll mean is we'll have 36 blaze ember in the inventory at all times. Okay. And for the coal, we'll just do 1 so that we have that 1 available. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put 1 primal coal block in here and this, and then I'll click on it a few times to get it to the point where it's number 4. Now with this configuration, what it means is we'll extract all the primal coal until there's 1 left, and we'll leave that 1 available, just in case I need a little primal coal. And then we'll extract all the blaze ember until there's 4 blocks left, and then I'll leave those last 4 remaining. Is that cool? And then let's not forget to make this on the up the orange channel. So now it's extracting that on the orange channel. Okay. Now the only other thing we're going to need to do is tell it to also extract coal. So how should I do that? Because I do want to convert all the coal I put in there. I kind of actually want to convert all the other one too. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this. I'm going to make it so that you only have the blaze ember block in there. And then we'll have a 3rd extractor. Okay. Now you can do this a couple different ways, but I'm going to go this way. Okay. And we're going to filter what's allowed to be extracted on channel 2. Okay. And that will be primal coal. And because this is a basic filter, it's gonna just extract it all. Okay. So counting filters say extract up to a certain amount. Basic filters, we can filter what's allowed to be removed, and we're just going to allow blocks of coal and primal coal here. But since we're extracting on a purple, we're going to actually have to also insert on a purple as well. Is that cool? Okay. So now the orange channel is configured for, we want to keep 4 blaze ember blocks in there. And the purple channel is like, hey, any primal coal and any blocks of coal you want, just go ahead and dump right into this thing because it's all good. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this filtered stuff because at some point I put something in there that I shouldn't have. So if I do that and put it back now, he should not be inserting anything, which is cool. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some coal blocks. We'll get 13 of them and see what happens. So what should happen is it should quickly add each of these dudes. And that's looking good, right? So it moved all my coal for me. Nice. That's looking good, right? Yeah. I'm actually going to take that 9 out of there for a sec. We'll let it convert just so we can see the next stage. So as soon as it breaks the blocks, we'll see this thing go up and then be extracted, right? And it's adding, and that's pretty cool, right? So it put all the tier 2 coal in there, right? What's that stuff called again? Primal coal and blaze ember. Yeah. Yeah. I remember the names I came up with for things. You know, Dyer, he's more of a technical person. He doesn't remember those kind of details. Cool. I didn't quite get as much luck as I was hoping for. So let's do 8 more of those. You know, in reality, we could do all 9. Yeah, that would be cool, because what'll happen is it'll kind of run them in parallel, right? That'll be neat, yeah. So I'll come back in a sec after it converts the next 2 batches. All right, so now it's finished with the coal. There's still 1 coal block back there, and then we've got a couple primal coals growing. That will potentially make another primal coal. We'll see. And then these guys will convert to, you know, the blaze coal, and that'll be tier 2. And then we'll see it keeping a few of these in stock. So see how it's not sending the red one there? Because we said, hey, keep 4 blocks in, right? Which is what we want. So I'm going to convert a little bit more coal, I think. And then we'll come back when this is all done. All right, I don't think we'll get beyond 4 in this one, but you'll see it's clearly working from this. We're going to need more coal to get beyond that last stage. Now, what I could do, here's a good way to test this, right? So now we've got 3 in there. So I'm going to add these 21 blaze ember. Okay. And that should be working at this point. Why is that not working? What did I break? Orange. Oh, I have a filter on the orange. That's why. Yeah, I don't need a filter on this side. Cool. And it placed 2 of them in there. And now there's 4 being left in here. So, like, we'll always keep, like, some amount of the blaze coal, right? And we won't upgrade to tier 3 coal until we have enough. Is that cool? I think that's cool. I think that works. Yeah, that should work. Cool. So now the next stage I think I'm going to need some more blazes for. So I'm going to make, not a blaze prediction, but a blaze gateway. That sounds fun. Now it's going to use up a lot of my blaze stuff, but that's okay. Hopefully I've got enough to make what I want to make, and if not, we'll see. I think that'll get me 4. Beautiful. That's perfect, actually, because that's exactly what I'm going to need. 4 Eyes of Ender, because what I want to make is the homing upgrade from Just Dire Things. So for this, we're going to need a couple target blocks and some Eyes of Ender. And that should be cool. All right, so the homing upgrade, homing arrow, pretty cool. You can specify though whether you want to target hostile or all living entities. I'll keep it to hostile for now. And what it'll do is it'll convert your arrows into homing arrows at the cost of a little extra energy. In addition, I probably wouldn't mind getting power 5. So that's just going to be some diamonds and some lapis. Let's see. So we're just going to need some air essence. How are we on air essence? I could probably use 1 more of those. How are we for source gem blocks? I could probably use a little bit more of those. How are we for lapis? Oh, we're good on lapis. That's right. I went mining, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Man, look how bright it is out here. Loving that. Let's try out my new bow. Does bum me out a little bit. Check it out. Arrow should, oh, you know, homing in on dudes. That's actually an acceptable question. Why is homing not working? Oh wait, I think my bow's disabled, that's why. There we go. Turn off potion arrow for a sec. That's why, because the bow is disabled. So watch, if I kind of miss the skeleton, it still hits him. If you miss him by a lot, it kind of like pauses in midair and then zooms over there. So watch this. Kind of a little funny thing I added. See, watch. It's actually kind of hard to notice because of like the critical effect trail that it does. Super fun little addition. Very proud. Very proud Dyer likes his toys. You know, Dyer, I like my toys. What can I say? So anyway, off camera real quick, I'm going to get a power book. I don't think I have any like powers I can start with, right? Probably not. Oh, there is quick charge. Okay, cool. So yeah, let me get power, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, that should be power 5. Cool, you can go away. Don't need you guys for the moment. That's fine. I'm going to put you there. And the rest of this can temporarily go ways a bit. That works. So can you. Okay. So to add this to my beautiful bow requires 6 experience levels, which I can easily... Whoops, did not want to go in there just yet. Not quite yet. There we go. Power 5. That's what's up. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Alright, let's take down some blazes, shall we? Maybe I should do this not right next to my tree farm, or I should cut down my tree farm before I do it. You know, either way. I guess I'll cut down my tree farm real quick. Remember, efficiency, if you don't like this, is a thing. Alright, after that, and a little bit of food prep, I think we're ready to take on some blazes. Try out my new homing arrows against them. So anything else I want to try out armor-wise? So we got stupid elytro with some decoy. Oh, I should do decoy. Oh, I should try decoy. Yeah, let's show you guys decoy. Proud decoy. How do I get decoy? Decoy's a cool one. Not that decoy. This decoy. Oh, I need phantom membranes and wither skulls. Why did I make that so expensive? Why did I do that to myself? Alright, no decoy for us today. I ain't got no phantom membranes. I ain't got no wither skeleton skulls. Sorry. I'll have to come another time. Alright, bow. Do our thing. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Now I got this cool bow. I've got extinguish. I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely seen a few people comment on like the armor and tools from Just Dire Things are not overpowered, and my response to that is yes, agree. But once you get all like the upgrades and stuff installed, they're pretty powerful. So like Just Dire Things is not like I equip armor and suddenly I'm invincible. Especially Blaze Gold armor. Like a lot of people, I've had multiple comments on my videos like, hey, that Blaze Gold armor looks really weak. Well, like, remember, it's like the iron/gold tier of armor. Like, first off, when you get to Celestigem, then it's more like diamond. Okay? But you're excluding the upgrades. The upgrades are what make it powerful, right? So make sure that you're not discounting the upgrades. Because that's the deal, right? And now that we've got... now that we've got RF-based power, I'm no longer as concerned about things like Extinguish burning through my durability, right? So this should be our third and final wave. Fifth. Oh, that's right, there's an enchanted dude in there. Ow. Just trying to dodge that enchanted dude's bullets. We did it! Blaze rods for days, and oh my goodness, we started a fire. We definitely started a fire. I want no YouTube comments about this. None. You hear me? No YouTube comments at all. Alright, we'll be back. See? Everything's fine. When in doubt, just cut down the trees. See? No forest fire. Oh my goodness, you guys really went far, didn't you? It's actually kind of hilarious how far those blazes went. My goodness. Alright, did we put out all the fires? Shh. Well, the experience we just deposited, that's cool. Now what's this stuff I got? Blaze Instruction Manual. Ooh, that's cool. Iron spells and spellbooks, spell slots. Nice. Alright, cool. Do I have a blaze rod section around here? I don't, and I feel like now's a good time to do it. And I'm going to put it in this one that's already upgraded so that, like, you know, as I get more blaze rods, it can hold a lot. Cool. Oh yeah, looking good. I should upgrade my sword to be energy based. Do we still have some of this? I'm gonna snag you for a sec, and I'm gonna upgrade you. Put you back, and then I can upgrade my sword. Hooray! With looting still. Nice. Now he's energy based too. Beautiful. Okay, now, should we start looking at upgrading this stuff? No, I'm going to say no to that, and I'll tell you why. Because we only have a couple of minutes left. So what I'm going to instead show you is one of the upgrades that I got, and I might do a little bit of mining. We're going to talk about the Drops Teleporter. This guy's pretty cool. You're going to need an Ender Chest, which means Eyes of Ender, which means Blaze Rods, but that's okay. We can make that happen, right? 1, 2. And the Drops Teleporter upgrade allows you to have your tool or sword send any drops that are created directly to a bound inventory. So I'm gonna attach this to my pickaxe, but note that you can, so tier 3 tools all have Drops Teleporter on them, right? So if we look at just Dire Things, Celesta Gem, you'll see Drops Teleporter is an upgrade for your sword, for all these tools, right? Including the hoe, including the Paxel, which we'll probably make at some point soon. Pretty much everything. I don't think this guy does, though. Yeah, no, the bow doesn't, because, yeah. Though I could probably make that happen. Yeah, I don't see why I couldn't make that happen. I could probably add that to the bow. On the to-do list. All right, so what Drops Teleporter does is lets you specify an inventory in the world. So that can be any inventory at all, so like a chest, for example. With Drops Teleporter active, and with the tool enabled, shift right-click on any inventory that it can accept items. And you'll notice that it says bound to overworld. Now, if you look at the tooltip and hold shift, it'll tell you Drops Teleporter. It tells you where it's bound to, so the overworld dimension, this XYZ coordinate, and what side you're inserting into. As we know, some machines are sided, so like if that matters for the thing you click on, make sure you click on the right side, right? If I were to shift right click on the top face of this, and we looked at this dude, you'll see now he's bound to the upside. And what this does is any blocks that I mine will get teleported. See the little particle effects? And they go right in there. Is that cool? So it literally takes whatever block would have dropped and teleports it directly to the chest. Now I'm pretty sure if I break the chest that's bound, oh, that's a good question. The same tool? That's going to be weird. Yeah, no, it shouldn't do anything. Because what should happen is the thing don't exist there no more. So it's not going to tell you if that block doesn't exist anymore. And if it doesn't exist when it tries to teleport it, it's just going to drop it in the world like normal. So see how it's, you know, just dropping in the world like normal? Cool. Now here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we bind this to an applied energistics interface? Because the interface is a nifty little gadget, right? So I should be able to get a formation core and a destruction core or annihilation core. And that dude is super cool. Let's get some cables, because I don't know how many channels we're running out of over here, but I suspect we're getting there on channel use. So very soon, I'm going to have to start talking to you guys about cables and managing that, but we're not there yet. But the ME interface is a cool thing. If you pipe items into it, it goes directly into the AE system, right? So, for example, if we had a hopper here, and we hoppered items into this interface. So for example, I'll put my energy transmitter in there. So see how we don't have any? I put the energy transmitter in here and it hoppers in, boom, boom, and it goes right into the A system. Cool. So now if I were to bind my Celestia Gem Pickaxe to that location, and we broke our energy transmitter, it should go right into the A system. Same, for example, the hopper. What's the range on this? Infinite. Cross-dimensional. Anywhere in the world. So now, I can go downstairs and mine. Okay. And basically, everything I mine goes directly into the AE system. Is that cool beans? How do we like that? Put on my hammer. And everything is going straight to AE, right? I didn't check how much redstone I had before we did this, but we can just assume that everything went to where it belongs. Is that cool? By the way, you can totally use this to get up your elevator a little bit quicker. So yeah, if we check in here, we should see our redstone. I don't know how much we had before, but we have more. Cool. So that's the drops teleporter. Like I said, you can put that on any tool. As a follow-up, any block breakers with that drops teleporter installed will work. So what I'll do, I'll demonstrate it just for fun, right? So if I put this dude right in here, I'm going to turn off hammer because we don't want that active. But ore miner and drops teleporter and all that stuff can go into my block breaker, right? So now if I put an iron block in here, which I need to probably get more iron. I think we have a lot of raw iron. I just haven't smelted it yet. Okay, so you'll notice what will happen here is when the block breaker blocks it, we'll see purple particles. And then if we look at ferric core, we should see it kind of show up here in a moment. Okay, so the blocks, the drops teleporter, among other features of the Just Dire Things tools, should work within the block breaker. So watch. See? Teleported directly into the AE system. Because it teleported directly into this block, which then, pulled it into the AE system. So if I wanted that to happen, I could. But I don't, so I'm not gonna. But, things you can do. There's some neat automations you could come up with that. I'm just saying. For now, it's wrapping up point, though. Is another thing I'm saying. So for now, Del 20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Just like all other features of it, you can turn this off when you don't want it. So no problem there. And you can bind it to a hotkey if you so define. So if I want this hotkey to toggle it on and off, I can now turn that on and off with a hotkey. So right now it's disabled. Press hotkey. Now it's enabled. Particle effects. Cool? So, yeah. Have fun with that. I just unbound it because I didn't really want to bind it. For now, Del 20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and take it easy.